Hi, this is Shane Gibson with salesacademy.ca, and I want to talk a little bit about sales process and about how to improve your sales organization's effectiveness. One of the things that's funny is I often have sales leaders who will reach out to me in order to engage me to do a keynote speech at one of their conferences or train their sales team or develop a sales process for them. And one of the things they'll often say to me is, my people need to close more. When I ask them what's wrong, how can I help you? They'll say, oh, my people need to close more. And I'll laugh, because one of the reasons why is that's like a coach of an Olympic team coming to someone and saying, my people need to gold more. Well, gold is not a thing you acquire to a large degree, or something that I can train your people to do. I can't train you to do gold. I can't really train you to close, in my opinion. Closing, in my opinion, is a process, not an event. It is absolutely a process, not an event. And if you haven't done the steps to lead up to it effectively, you will fall short. Doesn't matter what tactic or what schmarmy pitch or script you've got, no matter how effective you think it is, you're gonna miss unless you do the steps that lead up to it. So when I go into an organization, there's all kinds of ways that I can help them, but I often look at three core areas and I focus on them first. And most organizations, large or small, I walk into are missing it on at least two of these three areas. And so the first one they miss on in many cases is, and there's three areas, but the first one is consistency and quality of lead flow. A true understanding of what our ideal client is at a forensic level for each of the major niches we're in, and then an ongoing prospecting and proactive outbound effort to develop business in those areas. So that's the first one, is proactive, systemic, focused, quality input of leads into your organization. The second one is quality of conversations. Too many people are actually not listening. They're waiting for their turn to talk in sales. They're truly, really not listening whatsoever. They'll have a bunch of questions they're asking, but in their mind, it's their agenda. They're really listening for the absence of their product or service so they can jump in and pitch it. But they don't have a process to authentically engage at a level where they truly have a deeper understanding of the customer. And then beyond that, one of the parts of great conversations is to be able to move from those questions to offer insightful, at times disruptive, but ideally enlightening conversations with our ideal clients. And the third thing it's missing is tenacity of follow-up. Tenacity and quality of follow-up. Of all the organizations I've gone into, let's say in the last 5 years, and that would be literally hundreds of them in the sales space, I've never looked at a sales leader after doing a sales audit and said, you know what's wrong with your organization? Your people are following up too much. Without a doubt, almost in every scenario, almost every organization I've gone into are not following up enough. They're not following up creatively, they're not following up in a way that adds value, and they're missing it. So before you worry about closing tactics or rapport building or the latest social media gadget that's gonna help grow your sales team's business, or your latest management dashboard that's gonna help you get better reports on what your team is doing, look at these three things first about your sales process. Number one, quality and consistency of lead flow. Number two, quality of conversations with ideal customers. And number three, tenacity and quality of follow-up within your organization. Focus on these three things and you'll find that you close more, that you get the sales gold more often if you fine-tune these pieces of your process. This is Shane Gibson with salesacademy.ca.